Hello everyone, this is Joakim from Sabaton, and you are watching So Fucking Cool. See you on the road.
Alright, So Fucking Cool here. How you doing, man?
Very good, thank you.
Good. How are you liking Buffalo so far?
So far it was good in the morning, the sun was shining, but now, it's gone away.
It's gonna be a little bit different, you know what I mean? I mean, you're well established where you're from, and you're selling crazy amounts of records. You probably walk down the street and people know who you are and what you're doing. Here, you're coming to...
Yeah, we're pretty much a 10 times smaller band over here in the US. I mean, but I like it. I mean, actually, it's kind of boring sometimes when you get, a big show. But it's a nice change when you can actually, reach out and touch the crowd,
Right.
That sounds very sexual. I didn't mean it this way, by the way. No, but it's a great time to be here. I mean, if we do a good show in Europe, we'd have 5,000 or 6,000 people for us. And over here, a good show for us would be maybe 500, So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's got to be a completely different experience, almost humbling, so to speak, just because of you're so established, you know what you're doing. When you come over here, it's almost like you're starting out again.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like it. I mean, there are some things you don't like, that's an unfortunate circumstance. You might end up in, let's say, a very small or very shitty where the equipment isn't working. But other than that, I see no negative about it.
Let's go through the process of the writing for you. I mean, every single thing that you do is based almost like a history lesson, so to speak.
Yes.
How did you come up with that format, and how do you think you're going to keep on continuing doing it?
Well, continuing is not going to be a problem. I mean, we sing about military history, and war is abundant in our history, so we'd never run out of that. But it actually started a little bit over 10 years ago. We sat down, we had music to a song called Primo Victoria, and we had music only. And me and the bass player Per, we sat down and we said, well, it's a big song, we need a big subject. At that point we were not singing about military history, but any subject would go. So we decided D-Day, the landing, to honor the troops who went ashore and make sure I'm speaking German now.
Right.
And it turned out quite well, that lyric. And all of a sudden, writing lyrics wasn't a necessary evil anymore. It was interesting, engaging. And then we thought, hey, maybe we should make an album about war. And here we are 12 years later, still making albums about military history.
Now, were you a history buff beforehand, or, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a lot of studying to go through. You want to inaccuracies.
Oh, yes. Well, I wouldn't say I was that much into it. Of course, my teacher would say no, I was not good in history. But I actually found that, the more I learn, the more interested I get. So it's like a vicious circle when it's all snowballing out of hand. And but I noticed though that the only place where we have anything that's similar to expertise is the actual subjects we've been chosen to sing about. Because I guess I'm a happy amateur, not an expert in any way. When it comes to history, I just happen to have a little bit of expert knowledge on those areas we've decided to focus on, because as you said, we don't want to have people finding mistakes in our lyrics.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're so spot on. Have you ever had a student in school or something said, what, I used this song right here for my report?
It has happened several times, actually. Teachers as well asking us, hey, how do I, because they don't know about copyrights and if it's all right and stuff like that. But since it's an institution and if people want to use it in education, sure. I mean, no need to ask, just do it. Happily tell us about it though, because it's fun to hear about.
Yeah, for sure. That's gotta be great. You know what I mean? Being like, hey, this course is our song right here. Just play this album right here. And,
I remember school. Where is it? One of the women who was singing in part of the female choir on our albums called me up a year ago or something and said, we have an impossible assignment from our headmaster in school. We got to do something that's all three subjects, music, English and history, has to be put together and do a project. You're the only thing we can think about. Like, okay, obviously music, history and English, so I'll have the class in English with the students. So I did I think a couple of classes with kids that are 15 years old or something like that.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
That was fun.
Yeah, definitely. You ever had a circumstance where you went to a certain country and they're like, you know what, I don't agree with what you said.
Yeah, I mean, there are. Let's just say that us choosing to sing from different points of view all the time has caused some controversy. You know, obviously we've been singing, you know, anything about the Battle of Berlin from the Russian side, and then maybe from one point there's from an American or a British perspective.
Right, right.
And we did a song about the Falkland War from a British perspective because that's the side we chose to tell it from. Yeah, the Argentinians did not like that at all. They took it very personally. I mean, there was, you know, none of that intended. We're not doing propaganda. We tell stories, you know.
Right, right.
And to make them engaging, you got to zoom into it. But it's strange how music is connected to politics in a way, because nobody would dare ask Steven Spielberg if he's a Nazi when he did a movie about World War II.
Right, right.
Nobody would. But when it comes to music, somehow it's been so connected with the political message, at least since the 60s, I guess.
Yeah.
And today people look for a message even though there is none.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, you know, sometimes they look for a scapegoat, and unfortunately it's going to be a band that they're going to point a finger at and say, you know, listen to these lyrics, this means this means that, you know.
Yeah, especially interesting when we're singing about a battle that happened, you know, 50 years before we were born.
Yeah,
so blame us.
Did you ever think about going back to some of your work and doing a song the complete opposite of the other side?
No, but that is a good idea. I might steal that from you one day. That is actually really cool, you know, talk about the same battle, but just switch the point of view.
Almost a double album. You could,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You could, first side this side, the second side of the album could be the complete opposite side of the battle. That way you get...
That is a very good...
You can't lose on that one, you know what I mean?
No. We'll have a lot of songs that we'll have to learn, though, and have in our repertoire.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
every country wants their own different one, you know.
You ever have people send you stuff and say, you know what, let's go to this battle. This you have to do.
Oh, yes. Actually, on our latest album, Heroes, I'd say 40%, maybe 50%. Is stuff that we learned through our fans.
Oh, wow.
I mean, could be anyone giving us a book on the road, sending us an email with a, you know, link, and everything in there in between.
Very cool, very cool. With the way the music scene's going right now and the way social media is going, I mean, it's got to be a completely different feel, because now somebody can listen to a song and they can send you out a tweet right away, or a Facebook message, or this and that. I mean, what's your opinion on the way that aspect is going?
I find it really interesting, because it seems like we are the first band of the new generation or the last band of the old generation, because I mean, I remember we recorded our first demo back in '99.
Right.
There was still a studio with, you know, tape recorder, you know. And the mixes, first you'd make a cassette tape, then the second one was a CD, and then, you know, it's been going quite fast when you think about it, you know. So to be honest though, I can't keep up anymore with everything.
Oh, it's impossible almost. So every day something new comes out.
Exactly. You don't know which one is gonna take off.
Exactly.
So it's, you know, for us it's not possible, because if we did that, we'd be playing catch up on social media and not making music, and that's kind of stupid for us, you know.
Well, and another aspect on it is it's got to be a little bit different for you guys, because your music is so, I hate to say controversial, but, you know, people are obviously choosing sides and things like that, but the comments have got to be just amazing to see back and forth.
Yes. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages to doing it. Of course, there is, on the plus side, sometimes people can get into us through the fact that they liked what happened historically. You know what I mean? And exactly the opposite can happen as well. We've had people actually only listening to the lyrics of one song and hearing the main part of the chorus, and then it happened to go the propaganda, the Reich will rise. And they, oh man, are these guys Nazis or something?
Right.
But obviously, if you don't hear the whole, you know, the whole message, then I guess it's lost, you know, to you. So there's always a risk with doing that. I mean, in this case of that song, it's called Rise of Evil, and it's about how Hitler came to power and how he used propaganda as a tool. But if you only hear the line, the Reich will rise, I can understand why you're worried.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the one part you hate about somebody taking a little snippet, though. You know what I mean? It's like, go ahead and listen to the whole message that I'm giving you here. It's not just one little part, it's the whole...
Trust me, that is a very big problem for us. things taken out of context. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so easy for any journalist or any kid out there just to be like, oh, I heard this. Well, tick, tick, tick. You know what I mean?
And especially these days, I think you're onto something there, because once it's published and people have seen it, it doesn't matter if somebody posts something and it's retweeted or, you know, shared so many times. It doesn't matter if it was wrong, and that person, you know, 10 minutes later goes out, oh shit, I was wrong, sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody reads that, nobody saw that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to pull the trigger and, I mean, technically destroy another person's life or career.
Yeah, definitely. 100% on that. I mean, now you gotta look at Wikipedia, where everyone thinks they're gonna go through there, and that's this generation, that's their dictionary. You know?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Joe Schmo can have a bad day and just type this little fact, and it go ahead and changes your whole
It's a
page.
very big problem if you basically take facts and put them under the scrutiny of democracy.
Right.
Because facts are facts, no matter. I mean, all of a sudden, just because 2,000 people look at a pig and decide that's a tree, doesn't make it a tree. It's still a fucking pig.
Yeah. Definitely.
But people could actually go into Wikipedia today and, you know, switch that and just make a vote for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the way the generation is, though. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look through, and I'm sure this has got to be an issue for you as a performer, that you're out there, you're giving it your all on stage, you're having a blast, and every single time you're going to look out there, I would have to say 75% of these kids are looking through you through the phone. They're tweeting, they're taking pictures, they're doing the videos.
Actually, I have noticed it very, I mean, it's growing more and more. Some people are looking at the show like that. I don't mind though. If they want to have fun doing that, that's okay. And I mean, if they show our music to friends and we don't, you know, technically get paid for that, I don't care. If somebody tries to make money out of our stuff, that's a whole different idea.
Yeah,
then we got a problem, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But if people want to enjoy themselves through their phone, I'm fine by that.
How do you prepare yourself for a live show when you're going on a smaller venue tour, such as this one right here? I mean, you know, when you're back home, you're playing for thousands, tens of thousands of people, and you're going to have a bigger performance because you have more of a stage. And then, unfortunately, the stage here is...
Well, it's a challenge today.
Yeah.
We have to be ninjas, you know. Under the drum kit, behind the bass player, and there we are.
Yeah.
No, but it's a bit of stretching, I guess, then, to manage this. But I can usually feel it if I've been, you know, maybe not keeping up with my exercise and stuff. I really notice it when I get back for a festival summer back home, because European festivals, you'll have huge stages, you know,
right,
with the screens and everything. And if I've been having a little bit too much of a good time in America, eating a little bit too much good shit, drinking a little bit too much of your good craft beer, I can instantly feel it when I get back on the big stages. I'm running, you know, it takes me half a verse to get to the other end, and then I'm winded. So I have to watch myself not to enjoy myself too much over here.
Very cool, very cool. After this wraps up, what's next for you?
After this, let me think. Oh, it's back. Let me think. No, we may. Yeah, back home to rehearse for with an orchestra show in Vienna, actually.
Oh, really?
So we go to Prague. We go home for just a few days. Then we hit to Prague, do rehearsals, and then there's a big festival in Vienna. It's us with a symphony orchestra. Kiss is there, Metallica is there, and a bunch of other stuff.
It's going to be an amazing show.
Yes, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. People that want to follow up with you, they want to know more about you, they want to tweet you, you know what I mean? All that shit.
Well, I'd recommend keeping up on Facebook, actually. That's the easiest.
Okay.
Easiest way to, if something happens with the band, or you actually want to get in touch with somebody in the band, or, I mean, actually go to our website, and the address is there, and we're one of the few bands of our size that actually don't have a management. So if it's sent, it's read by somebody in the band.
Oh, very cool, very cool. All right, man, I appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing what's next from you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.